Thanks for tuning in today. Investigators are continuing to probe a plane crash that destroyed a Brooklyn Park home and left one man dead. Authorities have now confirmed that a U.S. bank executive was the man killed in the crash. The Hennepin County Medical Examiner has confirmed that 63-year-old Terry Dolan was killed when the plane he was piloting crashed into a house in Brooklyn Park. Dolan was vice chair and chief administration officer for U.S. Bank. Investigators are still trying to determine what caused the crash. In New Hope, you may have noticed a heavy police presence on Bass Lake Road on Wednesday morning. In a Facebook post, police said they were searching for a suspect that ran from officers, but there was no danger to the public. We've reached out to police officials for additional information, and we'll keep you updated when we hear more. The Crystal City Council voted unanimously to cap the number of liquor and tobacco licenses in the city on Tuesday. That caps the number to 4 off-sale liquor licenses and 10 tobacco licenses. The city currently has 9 liquor licenses out and 20 tobacco licenses. Current businesses are allowed to continue, but once they close, a new business won't be allowed to reopen. Community Development Director John Sutter says the city gets requests for new tobacco and liquor businesses every month.
I would suspect we would get even more as the years go on.
Okay.
So the most important effect of this change is we're going to stop it. And then very gradually over time, hopefully we'll reduce.
Right.
But that's an unknown.
The council also voted Tuesday to establish new penalties for second liquor and tobacco store violations. The options were a 5-day suspension or a 3-day suspension for those second offenders. Some council members didn't see eye to eye on the issue.
Based on my experience, if there's a second violation within 36 months of the first violation, there's a problem. And I personally feel that we have been rather lax when it comes to, suspensions, and I would support a 5-day suspension.
5 days for a business to be closed is, you've got many other employees who are hourly employees who through no fault of their own are not going to get a salary, not going to get a paycheck, not going to be able to eat.
The council voted for a 5-day suspension in a split vote. 4 members were in favor, while 3 were opposed. For many, a pet is one of the most beloved members of their family. But if you're looking to buy one from a breeder, records related to animal treatment are difficult to find. As Kevin Miller reports, an animal shelter and a local lawmaker are looking to change that.
Many pets go straight from a breeder to an owner. Others find themselves at a shelter like the Animal Humane Society, waiting for a home.
We think it's important for people to make fully informed choices before purchasing an animal, which will likely spend the rest of their life in their home.
Come on, Bubba.
The agency,
There we go.
which spends much of its time focusing on animal adoption, says breeders aren't always transparent.
When people in Minnesota purchase a puppy or a kitten from a state-licensed commercial dog breeder, they're lacking access to important information about that breeding operation.
Kim LeBeau is public policy strategist for the Humane Society. She says the state collects a trove of information on commercial breeders.
Whether their puppy was raised with 5 or 500 animals, if the breeder had a violation during an inspection, what was the nature of that violation, how many violations occurred.
But there's one problem. That data isn't available to the public. It's classified as private under state law.
Information about us, our inspection records are available publicly. We think they should be for commercial breeders. If you're a responsible breeder, you should welcome transparency.
There's no reason breeders shouldn't be held to the same standard.
That's State Representative Mike Freiberg of Golden Valley. He says there's public support for his bill to change the law, bringing more transparency.
They want to know that the place they're getting the pet from is reputable, so this just provides them with a way to find that out.
He's hopeful the bill can still move forward this session.
This is one, it has bipartisan support, obviously, which anything is going to need to pass in the House this year. So I think that speaks well for it as well.
In Golden Valley, Kevin Miller, CCX News.
In the Senate version of the bill, DFLer Bonnie Westland of Plymouth is the chief author. Brooklyn Park will soon be home to a new home improvement store. Habitat for Humanity announced this week that it plans to open a Restore home improvement outlet near Highways 169 and 610. Delaney Cleveland has more on what to expect.
Yeah, think of it as Goodwill meets Home Depot.
Since 2007,
People looking to save a little money on home improvement projects could do just that by going to the Habitat for Humanity Restore in New Brighton.
I call them the best kept secret that we don't want to have be a secret.
Robin Henriksen is the director of this operation, and she says their inventory consists of things like donated furniture, lights, paint, and everything in between, all at a discounted price.
We try to give people the best deal that we can on the items that we have. So if it's a new item, it might start at 50% of that retail price. Or if it's a gently used item, it will start at a lower amount just from the start.
Every purchase helps Habitat for Humanity build new homes, and every donation keeps items out of the landfill. The Twin Cities currently has 2 of these Restore home improvement outlets, this one in New Brighton and another in Minneapolis. But a 3rd location will soon be open in Brooklyn Park.
There aren't any restores kind of on the northwest side, even further out than the metro area. So knowing that there was a void in that location, that's kind of where we were looking in the northwest metro.
In the weeks and months ahead, Henriksen says they'll need volunteers to help the store get up and running, and they'll need things to sell.
So we need you to think about donating things that you no longer need or want that might be taking up some space in a location that you want to have that space back.
Habitat for Humanity is hoping to have the new Brooklyn Park Restore location open sometime in August. Reporting in New Brighton, Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
Habitat for Humanity also received a $200,000 grant from the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency to help launch the new Brooklyn Park location.
The Wayzata boys tennis team has ended the state as Class AA state champions in each of the past 2 seasons. The Trojans returned some key players back and are eyeing a three-peat this year. Chaz Moot says more.
Senior year spring break for Aaron Badoon looks different than a lot of his Wayzata classmates.
I got friends out on the beach, and don't get me wrong, it'd be great to be out on the beach having fun, playing in the ocean, but this is where the state championships are won.
Aaron has history to back that up. Wayzata is the defending back-to-back Class 2A state champs.
It is something that motivates us, and we want to make sure that we can attain that. But yeah, it's in the back of our mind, and hopefully we can use it in a good way.
With Badoon and Ranjith back along with other key returners like Ethan Turinen, Tommy Prodzinski, and Jacob Salisbury, the Trojans are optimistic about a three-peat.
I think for us right now, I think just getting connected, whether it be on the court or off the court, just becoming really tight together. I feel like that's something I advocate for a lot.
I love what I have. We've got young guys that are hungry, young guys that have really improved, that want to play in a higher spot in the lineup. And as a result, it's been a good first week of practice.
Only 4 schools have ever won 3 consecutive boys tennis state titles, and it's only happened once in AA. But the Trojans know it won't come easy.
Being 2-time state champions doesn't mean that it's guaranteed this year. There's a lot of other good teams out there. There's still stuff that we can work on. So I feel like we're more focused on getting ourselves better.
3 years ago, we felt the same way. We didn't think anyone could stop us, and then we ran into Orono in the section finals after having an undefeated season, and they ended up beating us, and we don't want that to happen again.
Wayzata's season opener is next Monday against Benilde St. Margaret's. In Rogers, Chaz Moots, CCX Sports.
The weather hasn't cooperated for local high school baseball teams as they hope to get outside to start games this week. As Jay Wilcox reports, an experienced group at Osseo has high hopes.
It's a season they've been looking forward to. A senior-heavy Osseo baseball team is looking to build on a good 2024 season this spring.
We have a big senior class this year. I think leadership and accountability is something that we're really looking forward to this year. I think we'll be able to string together a couple good games and hopefully finish with a pretty strong season.
Before spring break, we had some practices in here and doing live ABs and stuff, and it was a ton of fun, and it showed how good we actually are going to be and how much life we had.
Beyond excited. We have a number of seniors that it's going to make us a very strong team this year. I think we're up to 10 seniors. We may have had 1 or 2 newcomers this year, but we're going to be deep and strong, so I'm looking forward to it.
The Orioles went 16-9 last season, winning 3 playoff games and finishing 3rd in Section 5-4A. And much of that team is back. Players like catcher Gavin Fino, outfielder Isaac Johnson, catcher outfielder Gavin Cheska, pitcher Jack McHugo, pitcher infielder Quincy Stendal, multi-position player Tyler Weum, and pitcher infielder Alex Chavez are ready to make this a strong spring.
Yeah, after last year, we got bounced in the semis of section, so we're really trying to win the section this year. That's kind of the expectation.
Our main goal is to make it to state for sure. We're kind of set on that. We talked about it. We're gonna make it to state is what we're saying. I want to enjoy the season with our senior class, and we're all super close, and so I think it's going to be a really fun season.
They know what to expect. They've handled the stress and the pressure of a section game. I'm really looking forward to what this group of players can do this year. I think they got a shot to make some waves in the section for sure.
It's an Orioles group that hopes to be playing well into June with a legitimate chance to do so. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.